Welcome. Today, we are diving into one of the most common decision points in algebra: how to solve a quadratic equation. We will explore the three main methods: factoring, using the quadratic formula, and completing the square. By the end of this, you will know how to choose the most efficient method for any problem, saving you time and effort. Let's start with factoring. This should always be the first method you consider because it's often the fastest. Factoring is ideal when your quadratic equation is simple. Specifically, look for situations where the leading coefficient, or the a value, is 1. If you can quickly spot two numbers that multiply to your c term and add up to your b term, then factoring is the way to go. Next up is the quadratic formula. Think of this as your universal tool. It works on every single quadratic equation without exception. You should turn to the formula when you look at an equation and realize that factoring it will be difficult or perhaps impossible. If the numbers are large, or if you just can't find the factors, the formula is your guaranteed path to a solution. Completing the square is a more specialized method. It's most efficient when your a term is 1 and your b term is an even number. These conditions make the process much cleaner. This method is also critically important when you're working with conic sections because it helps you convert the equations for circles, parabolas, and ellipses into their standard, more useful forms. Here is a simple flowchart to guide your decision. First, always ask yourself, can I factor this easily? If yes, then factor it. If no, move to the next question. Is the a term 1 and is the b term even? If you answer yes, completing the square is a great option. If the answer to both of these questions is no, then your best and most reliable choice is the quadratic formula. Let's walk through an example of factoring. Consider the equation x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. Here, a is 1. We need two numbers that multiply to positive 10 and add to negative 7. Those numbers are negative 5 and negative 2. So we can rewrite the equation as x minus 5 times x minus 2 equals 0. This gives us our solutions, x equals 5 or x equals 2. Now let's see the formula at work with the problem 2x squared plus 9x minus 5 equals 0. Factoring this looks tricky, so we will use the formula. Here, a is 2, b is 9, and c is negative 5. We substitute these values into the formula. This simplifies to negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 121, all divided by 4. So our two solutions are 1/2 and negative 5. Let's try completing the square with x squared plus 8x minus 5 equals 0. The term is 1 and b is an even number, so this is a good candidate. First, move the 5 to the other side. Then, take half of the b term, which is 4, and square it to get 16. Add 16 to both sides. The left side now factors to x plus 4 squared, and the right side is 21. The final answer is x equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 21. To summarize, always try to factor first, as it is the fastest method for simple quadratics. If factoring doesn't work or seems too difficult, the quadratic formula is your reliable, all-purpose solver. And remember to use completing the square when a is 1 and b is even, or when you need to find the vertex form of an equation or work with conic sections. Now it's your turn. Look at the equation 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. Which method would you choose to solve it and why? Pause the video, think about the decision flowchart, and give it a shot. Remember that a value is not 1, which might make some methods more difficult than others.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.